It's something I've always wanted to do since I was young. I'm new into farming. I love being in the outdoors and managing land, managing livestock. I use a quad bike every day, 3 or 4 times a day, sometimes for hours a day. And I thought I was quite competent on a bike, and actually doing the course itself has showed me that there's a lot of things that I don't know, and there's a lot of things I can do a lot better and a lot safer. The skills that I've been learning to help me become an instructor, I completed a 4-day, 2-day online, 2-day face-to-face instructional techniques course. I then did a 2-day course on farm with the quad bike with a qualified instructor, making sure that I was fully competent and safe on a quad bike, and teaching me exactly what an instructor course for other people will look like. All these skills that I have learned through doing those particular courses will help me teach people from all different types of backgrounds. It won't just be people from farms that I'll be teaching. There's lots of different estates, people who have private properties in forestry. ATVs and quad bikes are used for leisure purposes as well as lots of different industries. Unfortunately, we know of lots of different accidents that happen on ATVs, so knowing that people will be safe and confident and have the skills to do what they need to do is really important to me as well. The process to become an instructor actually for me was quite quick. Lantra have provided me with lots of support to become an instructor, mentoring me and making sure that I was ready and comfortable to partake in the course itself, and just generally organising it and making me know where I'm going and make me feel good. It's been fantastic. In the future, I think training in some ways will look very much the same. You know, people are still going to be out on farms and on land management. However, it's really going to develop and broaden into IT skills, and the way that we record things, use of computers and different technology is going to be vital. So I think training in that regard will grow and grow. People should develop their skills through training so that they can meet the legislative requirements, keep themselves safe and keep other people safe, and make sure they're using ATVs specifically correctly. So I'd recommend anyone to go on a course, or if they're interested in being an instructor, it's definitely something they should do.
Scottish agriculture has a number of big challenges right now, but I actually think that many of these challenges are actually the industry's biggest opportunities right now too. The drive towards net zero is really important to all the devolved nations, and agriculture can play a really important role in helping us to achieve that. And that's really looking at things like increasing productivity through the use of science and technology, for example, using slow-release fertilisers through to precision farming technologies. I think that technology is really important. And a great example of a project that we're currently leading at Crop Health and Protection is SlugBot. It's about developing an autonomous slug monitoring system that can then use data to then go back out and spot treat with biological molluscicides. And as we move into field trials of that particular project, having that farmer input is really, really valuable. And I think there's a huge amount that agriculture and farmers can do. So Scottish farmers can make a massive impact to biodiversity, and that not only benefits them on their farms and in agriculture, but actually benefits society as a whole. Skills development is really important in this instance. So I think looking at things like climate change mitigation, how farmers can enhance biodiversity, looking at nutrient management, soil management, woodland management, water management, right through to those softer skills such as leadership, training and succession planning. Each skill is like a building block, and one block isn't going to get you very far. You really need to have a solid foundation, and then you need to work up the way, and after that the sky's the limit.
Scottish farmers do have to take more account of environmental factors because it's what the consumer wants, and National Farmers Union Scotland recognised that some time ago. They're encouraging their members to take that on board and to continue to produce welfare-friendly systems. And a lot of farmers are adopting technology to look at how they can cut down their carbon footprint by thinking, is this crop that I'm growing in a changing environment, is it really viable, or should I be doing something else with this piece of ground? Without these boggy areas, the insect life doesn't get a chance to thrive the way it can. If they can reassess all these areas that are not really that productive, then they could allow them just to regenerate. Regenerative farming, I think, is the way forward. There is a huge benefit by using native species and shelter belts for all farmers. If you've got belts of trees, then it helps when you're bringing in your sheep and you can herd them between one place and another. I think technology is absolutely key to carbon reduction and a healthier environment, because you can have equipment on your tractor that knows exactly what's going on underneath the soil that you can't actually see. Mentoring and succession planning definitely are the way forward to keep our farms healthy, to keep our workforce on the farms healthy, and to make sure that we're always up there in the forefront of knowledge exchange.
We're a fourth generation family run dry stone walling and stone masonry company. My dad's been doing it 50 odd years, and his dad and his grandfather started the business off. The benefits for a skill sharer using the app Skill Seeder is great because it puts you in such a large audience base and it gets your name and your company out there for people that are wanting to learn the skill that you're providing the training for.
I'm Elaine and I work at Baddenskill Farm in the Scottish Borders. Farming here is very much part of our life. I think supporting other women in the industry is very important. I think we are seeing a great window of opportunity for women to come forward in agriculture. Training and upskilling in Scotland is really important in the rural environment because there aren't enough young people coming up into the industry, and there are a lot of young people out there who don't want to sit at a desk.
Well, I think an app like Skill Seeder is fantastic because you get everything all in one platform. You can have a wide selection of offerings. It's easy to use, it's free, you've got a big selection, and you can access things really local to you, face-to-face as well as online. Language training in particular is important for a couple of reasons. Firstly, because it builds people's confidence in a business setting to have a language at work. And secondly, for older people, we find that it helps reduce isolation.
My name's Daniel, I'm a falconer. I've got Charles, he's only just under a year old. Fly Charles mainly on a moor, fastest animal on the planet. Started falconry when I was 13, 13-ish years later, still doing it.
I think accessibility for all, you shouldn't be disadvantaged in terms of what you can learn and what you can do because of where you're based. Newbie Court is a training and communication specialist. We specialise in the softer skills and we also specialise in mental health. It feels really great to be able to pass on my skills and experience to others. I feel very fortunate to have the capability to articulate that and to give people that full learner experience. And for me, it's all about what impact they take away from that learning that they've had.